Corinne Steffens, welcome. You are scrubbing us from LA, and you have a new book coming out. It's called How to Make Love to a Martian, and it details your relationship with Lil Wayne. Now, how long have you known Wayne, and how did you meet him in the first place?
Wayne and I have known each other since 2007. And the way we met was, I don't want to give away everything because I talk about that in How to Make Love to a Martian, but it was shortly after his birthday party in Los Angeles. And it was kind of a roundabout way. During the birthday party, everyone made a birthday video to say happy birthday to him. And I was part of that video. Anyone that was on the red carpet was able to say happy birthday.
Okay.
And so I said happy birthday like everyone else, but then I said, call me. And then weeks later, he did.
How would you describe your relationship with Wayne?
It's us, and it's uniquely us. It's unlike anything else, and I couldn't describe that. It's different.
Would you ever describe it as a boyfriend-girlfriend situation or friends with benefits, maybe?
That's not a term that I use. I'm also not a fan of boyfriend-girlfriend. Either I'm married to you or I'm not married to you. It's not a labeled relationship. It's just Wayne and Corinne.
And Wayne and Corinne, I mean, it's been an intimate relationship.
It has been, yes.
Now, you've tweeted a few lines from your book. I want to read a couple of those lines to you and then have you elaborate a little bit. So the first one, we wanted to be together no matter what, no matter who. Now, that sounds like a pretty intense relationship.
It is still intense. It intensifies over the years. And when you think about the things that have happened to the both of us in the last 6 years, on our own accords, we've been through in our own lives our own set of challenges and changes. And for a relationship to sustain through, 6 or 7 of his albums, 3 of my books, all of his tours, a stint in prison, his 2 or 3 engagements, 3 children, my 2 marriages. We've been through a whole lot, and we still remain, even when other people are gone.
What do you think it is that has drawn the two of you together for so long throughout all these other relationships you've both been in?
This is the one relationship that I could never end, and I had to ask myself, what is it about this? Why are we still here? And we fight, we argue, we stop. We're like children. We love like children, and I think that that's the answer. We love like children. It's not based on anything superficial. There are no judgments. There is full acceptance. Even of our other relationships, there I think is a pure friendship and understanding. I know that that's important to him. The fact that he doesn't have to explain things to me, I get it.
Do you think you and Wayne could ever be together in a monogamous relationship?
That cannot be a real question.
That's a real question. I'm asking it.
That cannot be a real question.
I'm asking the question.
You're talking about a rapper who tours the world. What? Even if I were a nun, this relationship would not be monogamous, just simply based on that profession alone. There are women all over the place. They're everywhere. Like roaches. They're just all over. But what does that have to do with me? That has nothing to do with me and my relationship with him.
Have you ever felt jealous of any of Wayne's other relationships?
I don't care what he does when he's not with me. If he's happy, if he's healthy and he's safe, it's fine. I've been around him when he was with other women. I don't care. No, no one's threatened. Everyone has their own lane. Everyone has their own thing, and I would imagine, and this is just me imagining, but I would imagine that, you would just stay in your lane, and be secure in that, because it's your lane, and
that's basically the only thing on offer.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? You can't come into my lane. I can't go into your lane. You know, you can't do what I do, and I can't do what you do.
Another line you tweeted, this one says, for all his bravado, all that tough rapper shit, when it came to me, he was often gentle. Do you think that Wayne is a gentle lover?
You know the women want to know.
Well, then they should sleep with him and find out. I don't, in the book, that particular passage, I'm not referring to sex. Wayne, I don't know how he is with other people, other women in particular, but with me, he's just very gentle. He's a gentleman. He's a gentleman.
There are a lot of women out there who find it very hard to leave a relationship because of the sex when it comes down to it.
Because maybe this is the best sex she's ever had. Is that the case with you and Wayne?
No.
Okay. So it's not the best sex you've ever had.
I'll say that it's genuine love, and so it's always good. But I have to say that the best time that I felt a difference sexually as a woman was when I is having sex as a wife, and to me that's the best sex I've ever had.
You put out a video promo where you mentioned the fact that you got on Lil Wayne's tour bus to break up with him one day because you'd found out about a baby, and you'd basically found out that somebody else was pregnant, another woman.
She was due any day.
This was Sarah.
Yes, yeah. She was due any day, and he hadn't told me. And it was just strange. It was surreal. It's just the kind of information that you don't want to hear from a third party. You know, you want to just hear, you just want someone to tell you. And I was happy for him, but sad for us.
You talk about the fact that after you broke up with Wayne, you ran into somebody else's arms, and it was the person who was closest to him. Who was that person? Was it Baby?
I can't tell you. I can't. You have to read that part.
You know, some people are saying it's Drake.
Some people are saying it's Drake. I understand that. I totally understand, and that's what's being said.
Give us a hint.
No.
You also talk about having this secret when you found out that you yourself were pregnant.
There are so many rumors out there. There are people who are saying you're pregnant with Wayne's baby now, or you were, and you had an abortion. And what's the real deal with that?
Again, I mean, this is something, of course, that I cover, in the book, because it was like a major, huge thing in my life. And when I found that I was pregnant, it was, it was great for like a day. And then you start thinking, or I started thinking about my relationship with him, with Wayne, and what this pregnancy would do to the nature of that relationship. So this is something I never discussed with him. This is something that he doesn't know. Therefore, no one knows. And inside the book itself, I don't admit to anything, because I was married at the time as well. I'm still married now. I don't admit to it. The math in the book is very easy, so anyone who knows basic addition can figure that out. But I don't admit to it because I haven't had that discussion with him.
How does your current husband feel about this relationship with Wayne?
It's very strange having discussions with your fiance or your husband about your lover. And saying, and this is, and honestly, again, I'm not a traditionalist in this way. When it comes to my relationships, especially now as I've gotten older and I've been married and I've done these things, I'm so into what I want. Wayne was around before both my husbands. So they came into the situation knowing that he already existed. They came into the situation with him calling the house and me getting up in the middle of the night and running out to see him, or catching planes and, and being gone for a week. They came into that. So they decided to get married knowing that this person existed.
Now, Lil Wayne mentioned your name in a song, Good Christian Alcohol. You were very upset about that. Tell us why.
You write some silly lyric about sex and it's just in blowjobs. It's just like it was so obtuse, and I felt that it didn't do the relationship justice.
What do things stand with you and Wayne now? When was the last time you saw him?
I saw him in December, and then the single came out around New Year, and I was livid. I talked to him after that, and I was mad, and so I don't know. I was mad. I haven't seen him since December.
Okay, now the big question is, how does Wayne feel about this book?
Wayne and I had a discussion about it when I first thought of it back in September, October. I told him first. It was just an idea, but again, I was going through all this personal stuff and cleaning out of relationships, and I had moved and I changed my numbers, and I was just getting ready for the new year during the fourth quarter of last year. And I said, I'm writing this book and it has a lot to do with you. And I remember initially he was like, huh? Like, wait, like a record scratch, like, what?
I can imagine.
I was like, there are things that are genuinely ours. There are things that are intimate and private, and they're just for us. And I assured him that those things I would not be writing about, ever. I mean, he gave me the strength to leave my first husband and really leave, after all those years of craziness. And he says things. He's the reason I stopped smoking. He's the reason why I started eating again after 4 years of being anorexic. He's the reason why so many things have happened for me. Honestly, I think Wayne's gonna love this book.